Karma is a concept that resonates deeply with many. Many people perceive karma as a universal scorecard, tracking our good and bad deeds to reward or punish us accordingly. However, karma is actually about understanding that our actions have consequences. We often hear the phrase, "What goes around comes around," which mirrors Newton's law that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. But this isn't just a physical law. It's a profound spiritual truth that affects every aspect of our existence. Here are the 12 laws of karma, and how you can apply them to your benefit. These laws provide answers to many of life's challenges and difficulties. The Great Law. Imagine you help a friend move. That friend might not help you move the next day, but maybe a month or a year later. You'll receive help when you least expect it. It might not even come from the same friend, but from a complete stranger. It's like planting a seed of kindness and watching it grow over time. It's not just about physical deeds. It's also about how you treat people. If you're kind and respectful, people will often reciprocate. It's like sending out positive vibes and getting them back. You might wonder, what if I'm nice and people are still mean to me? Remember, seeds take time to grow. Your good actions are like seeds you're planting. It might take a while, but eventually they will blossom into something good for you. The key is to continue being good to people no matter what. Even on a bad day, try to be the best version of yourself. These actions, like seeds, will grow into something better later on. Life will always have its ups and downs, but if you keep spreading goodness, you're more likely to receive goodness in return. This might come in the form of love, friendship, or unexpected opportunities. The universe has a way of bringing things full circle. So, what can you do today to plant some good seeds? It could be as simple as holding the door for someone, or as significant as helping a friend in need. Every small action counts, and it's not just for others, it's for you too. One day, those good seeds you've planted will grow and return to you in wonderful ways. Let this idea guide you in your daily life. Make it your mission to sow seeds of kindness, love, and respect wherever you go. The law of creation. Imagine yourself as a magnet. Just as magnets attract metal, you attract the kind of life you have based on who you are, not just what you wish for. If you're a happy person, you're more likely to attract happy situations and people. If you're frequently angry or sad, you'll find yourself in situations that amplify those feelings. Many people blame others when things go wrong, saying things like, "It's my boss's fault I'm not happy at work," or "I'm single because there are no good people left." But here's a wake-up call. You're the director of your own life's movie. If something isn't right, only you have the power to change it. Don't just sit back and let life happen to you. Take control. When a great idea comes to mind, pursue it. When an opportunity arises, seize it. You have the power to shape your own future, so make the most of it. What about the people around you? They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around. Are these people the kind you want to be? Do they inspire you, or do they bring you down? You might not be able to change them, but you can choose who you spend your time with. Maybe it's time to find new friends or mentors who align with where you want to go in life. Surround yourself with people and things that make you better. Read books that challenge you. Listen to music that lifts you up. Watch movies that inspire you. Fill your life with positivity, and positivity will come back to you. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can control yourself. So stop waiting for things to change and start changing things yourself. Work on being the best version of you, and watch how the world around you begins to change. If you're unhappy, ask yourself, what can I do to change this? Don't point fingers. Instead, point them back at yourself and say, I have the power to turn this around. Be the artist of your own life and paint a picture you'd be proud to call your masterpiece. You have the colors, the brushes, and the canvas. All that's missing is you taking that first stroke. Your life is a beautiful creation waiting to happen, so go ahead, make the first move. Shape it, mold it, and watch it grow into something wonderful. The law of humility. Imagine you're walking around with a pebble in your shoe. You're aware it's there, it's uncomfortable, but you keep walking pretending it doesn't bother you. What happens? It continues to hurt you. Now, if you stop, take off your shoe, and remove the pebble, you've solved the problem and can walk freely again. Life is much like this. We all have problems or challenges that make our journey uncomfortable. But many of us keep walking, pretending these issues don't exist. Ignoring a problem doesn't make it go away. It just lingers, causing more discomfort. So, what's the first step to solving any problem? Admitting it exists. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Say you're always late to work. If you blame traffic, the weather, or your alarm clock, you're missing the point. The real problem might be that you're not giving yourself enough time to get ready. Until you accept this, nothing will change. Facing your problems head-on might seem daunting, but the moment you do, you're already halfway to solving them because the power to change things is in your hands. The energy you were using to avoid the issue can be redirected to overcoming it. Accepting that you have a problem isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It means you're brave enough to face reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Once you accept things, you start to see them more clearly. You'll find ways to tackle your challenges and turn them into opportunities for growth. Take some time to really look at your life. What's going well? Celebrate that. What needs work? Face it. Don't run from it. The good news is, once you know what needs changing, you can make a plan to change it. Maybe you need to learn new skills or get advice from someone who's been there. Maybe you need to make tough choices like ending a relationship that's holding you back or finding a new job that better aligns with your goals. The point is, once you stop resisting and start accepting, you unleash the power to change not just the situation but also yourself. Life becomes less about, why is this happening to me, and more about, what can I do to make it better? You are stronger than you think and smarter than you know. The challenges you face are just stepping stones on your path to becoming the best version of yourself. So, take off that shoe, toss out the pebble, and walk freely toward your dreams. The law of growth. Some people believe that changing their environment will magically fix everything. They think, if I move to a new city, I'll be happy. Or, if I get a new job, everything will be fine. However, wherever you go, you take yourself with you. If you're unhappy now, you'll likely be unhappy in that new city or job, unless you address what's really going on inside you. Your thoughts shape your world. Think of them as the steering wheel of your life. If you always think negatively, guess where you're headed? Toward more negativity. But if you focus on positive thoughts, you'll steer yourself toward positive experiences. It's like training for a marathon. You can't just show up on race day and expect to win without preparation. The real work starts long before, during the days, weeks, and months you spend training. The same applies to your dreams and goals. Preparation starts in your mind. Dream big, but also consider the steps you need to take to get there. The key is to keep improving your thoughts, letting go of things that drag you down, and focusing on what lifts you up. Make choices that push you closer to your dreams, not further away. Remember, growth is a constant process. Let's say you want to be more confident. How do you grow in that direction? Maybe you start by giving yourself a pep talk every morning. Over time, you notice that you're standing taller and speaking more clearly. That's growth, and it all started because you planted a seed of positive thought and watered it daily with action. The law of responsibility. Imagine driving into a storm. It wasn't your choice to encounter the storm on your route, but how you navigate it is entirely up to you. Do you slow down, pull over, and wait for the storm to pass, or just keep going? Life throws storms our way too, and while we can't control the weather, we can control how we respond to it. If there's chaos around you, if your life feels out of control, it's time to stop and think, what role am I playing in all of this? Maybe you're dealing with a difficult relationship or a draining job. It's easy to point fingers and say, it's not my fault. But the law of responsibility reminds us to look inward. Even if you didn't create the problem, it's your responsibility to address it. You own your reactions, your emotions, and your next steps. Facing your role in your life's troubles can be tough but liberating. You have the power to change your situation. Start by looking within. Maybe it's time for some self-reflection. What can you do differently? How can you react differently? How can you align your life more closely with your goals and dreams? Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up for past mistakes. It means learning from them to create a better future. You can't change what's already happened, but you can decide what to do next. Take the lessons you've learned and use them as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. The law of connection. Every choice you make and every step you take matters. Whether it's deciding to get up early, eat healthier, call an old friend, or take a different route to work, each choice counts. These decisions may seem insignificant, but together, they shape who you are and where you're headed. Here's the empowering part. Since all steps are connected, every moment offers an opportunity to steer your life in the direction you want. If you're unhappy with how things are, remember that the next moment is a fresh chance to make a different choice. Have a habit you want to break? Start now. Want to learn a new skill? Take the first step today. It's easy to look at someone successful and think they got there overnight, but success is rarely, if ever, instantaneous. Behind every overnight success are years of hard work, choices, and steps that all connected to create a path to that success. Your path might look different, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're moving forward, one connected step at a time. Never underestimate the power of small actions. A kind word can uplift someone's day, a simple smile can spark a friendship, and an apology can mend a relationship. In the same way, every positive step you take today is shaping a better tomorrow. Start connecting the dots, and before you know it, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. Keep believing, keep striving, and keep connecting. The law of focus. Life is full of distractions, both big and small. There's the constant buzz of social media, the demands of work, the needs of family and friends, and then there's you trying to juggle it all. The law of focus reminds us that you can't give your best to something if your attention is divided. Why is focus so crucial? Because when you concentrate all your energy on one thing, that's when the magic happens. You dig deeper, work harder, and achieve more. If your dream is to become a musician, for example, you need to spend your time practicing, studying music, and networking in the industry. You can't do that if half your time is spent watching TV or scrolling through your phone. The power of focus also applies to your emotions and mindset. Imagine if you could channel all the energy you spend worrying, doubting, or fearing into something constructive, like learning a new skill, improving your health, or building better relationships. How much more could you achieve? How much happier would you be? Focusing on the positive not only elevates your mood but also brings you closer to your goals. If you're in a bad situation, it's easy to wallow in self-pity. But what if you flipped the script? What if you asked, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I make the most of this situation?" By focusing on the silver lining, you turn obstacles into opportunities. The beautiful thing about focus is that it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Pick one task, one goal, or one positive thought and give it your undivided attention. As you practice, you'll find it easier to filter out distractions and zero in on what truly matters. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, that's where transformation happens. The law of focus invites you to tap into this incredible power. The law of giving and hospitality. You know that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you help someone? Whether it's giving your time, a smile, or some spare change to someone in need? That's the universe telling you you're on the right path. The beauty of giving isn't just in the act itself, but also in how it reflects who you are deep inside. The way you interact with the world, especially when no one is watching, says a lot about your character. Real growth isn't about how much you accumulate. It's about how much you give. True richness lies in having something that money can't buy, a heart that wants to give. You might think you can't afford to give, but giving isn't just about money or material things. It's also about sharing your time, wisdom, and attention. a listening ear, a word of encouragement, a simple act of kindness. These cost nothing but can mean everything to someone. You've heard it said that you receive by giving. It may sound contradictory, but it's one of life's most beautiful truths. When you give selflessly, you're not emptying yourself. You're filling your life with joy, peace, and a sense of purpose. This law teaches us that giving is also a sign of maturity. Mature people understand that life isn't a solo journey. We're all connected, and when you help lift someone else's burdens, you rise a little higher yourself. But here's the thing. Genuine giving doesn't come with strings attached. It doesn't keep a scorecard. It comes from a place of love and kindness with no expectation of getting something in return. That's why this law is linked to hospitality. Being hospitable means making others feel welcome, valued, and respected, whether it's opening your home or simply opening your heart. Hospitality is about sharing what you have, however much or little that may be. When you live by the law of giving and hospitality, you make the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. And as you continue to give, you'll notice something amazing happening. You'll start to attract positivity and abundance into your life. You'll discover opportunities you never imagined and form connections that enrich your life in immeasurable ways. So the next time you find yourself hesitating to give, whether it's a compliment, a helping hand, or a slice of your precious time, remember this law. Remind yourself that to give is to grow. Stretch out your hand and make the world a better place, because when you light up someone else's life, your own life brightens in ways you never thought possible. Every act of selflessness sends ripples across the universe, ripples that come back to you in waves of blessings. So go ahead, give freely, and open your heart to the world. You'll be amazed at what comes back. You're just one act of kindness away from a better life and a better world. Give it a try. The law of presence. Life is a balancing act, isn't it? We've all heard phrases like learn from the past and plan for the future. These sayings have merit, but sometimes they can distract us from the most valuable time we have, the present moment. Think about it. Right now is the only time you have any control over. You can't change what's already happened, and the future is not guaranteed. But what you do at this moment, that's all yours, my friend. Why is the present so powerful? Because it's the stage where your life actually unfolds. You can have the grandest dreams in the world, but if you're not doing anything about them right now, they'll remain just that, dreams. Similarly, you could be carrying mistakes from the past, but if you're not taking steps to correct or learn from them today, you're allowing yesterday to cloud your today and tomorrow. Being present doesn't mean ignoring the past or the future. Instead, think of it as using them as tools to enrich your now. Your past is a treasure trove of lessons, a library where you can revisit old chapters to gain new insights. Go ahead and flip through it, but don't stay there. Take what you need and bring it back to the present, your future. It's your North Star, that shining beacon guiding you through the darkness. Without a vision for your future, you're like a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly through the sea. Dream big, plan thoroughly, but don't get lost in tomorrow. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do today to get one step closer to my dream? To make the most of the law of presence, you need to develop a now mindset. When you find yourself drifting into the past or the future, gently pull yourself back. Focus on your breathing, the sensation of the air against your skin, or the ground beneath your feet. Anything that anchors you to the moment. Remember, every action you take, every choice you make happens in the present. And it's those choices and actions that determine both how you heal from your past and how bright your future shines. The law of change. You've heard it said before. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. There's a certain power in this simplicity. It's a wake-up call to everyone who's ever felt stuck in a never-ending loop. Whether it's a job that's going nowhere, a relationship that's more draining than fulfilling, or even a bad habit you just can't shake. The law of change is your blueprint for breaking free. Imagine your life as a movie. If the scenes kept repeating, wouldn't it get boring? You have the power to rewrite the script, direct a new scene, and even cast new characters. You are the screenwriter, director, and lead actor in the movie of your life. If you don't like how things are going, yell cut and change the scene. Make your life a blockbuster, a story of triumph, change, and growth. The first step to embracing this law is awareness. You need to recognize what's not working. Take a good look at your life. Are there patterns that keep repeating? Perhaps you find yourself in the same kinds of relationships, or facing similar problems at work or in your personal life. Once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And that's good, because awareness is the first step toward change. The second step is desire. You have to want the change. It's easy to get comfortable, even in situations that are not ideal. Stepping into the unknown can be scary, but the risk is often worth the reward. A desire for something better will fuel your journey toward change. The third step is action. No change ever came from sitting and wishing. Whether it's enrolling in a course, seeking professional help, setting boundaries, or taking the plunge into a new venture, you must act. Small steps taken consistently lead to staggering results over time. Each step might not seem like much, but when you look back, you'll see how far you've come. Lastly, be patient and kind to yourself during this process. Change is often messy. You may falter, and you may take 2 steps back for every 1 step forward. That's okay. The key is to keep moving. You only truly fail when you stop trying. The law of patience and reward teaches that instant gratification or quick fixes may provide temporary satisfaction, but true and lasting joy and accomplishments stem from a consistent, patient approach to your goals and aspirations. Consider the bamboo tree, which spends years developing a robust root system underground before it even breaks through the soil. However, once it does, it grows at an astonishing rate. Like the bamboo, you are laying down roots every single day that you persist, every day that you continue to strive and improve. How many times have you felt like giving up because the journey seemed too tough? That's when you need to remind yourself of the power of patience and reward. Think of it as a contract with your future self. You put in the effort today, tomorrow, and the next day, and the rewards will keep paying dividends for years to come. It's a lifelong investment that you can't afford not to make. The challenge is that the road to patience is often paved with frustration. You might not see results immediately. It's like going to the gym for a week and expecting to be in peak physical condition. Growth, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, takes time. The journey is long and sometimes arduous, but it's worth it. When you finally reach that mountain peak, the view will be breathtaking, because you'll know that every step, every stumble brought you to that moment. Stop measuring your progress with someone else's ruler. People might seem like they're ahead, but you don't know the road they've traveled. They might be on a completely different journey altogether, so why compare? Instead, focus on your own path. Every step you take forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate those wins. Revel in them. They're the building blocks of your future success. Being patient doesn't mean passively waiting for the universe to hand you what you desire. Patience is active. It means doing your best every single day and understanding that the pieces will eventually fit together. It's about trusting the process, even when you can't see the full picture. You have within you the enormous power of persistence. Your dreams might seem distant now, but each day you work toward them, they come a step closer. Remember, even if it feels like you're not moving, those are the days you're laying the deepest roots. Roots that will hold you firmly when you're ready to shoot up towards the sky, reaching heights you've never imagined. The law of significance and inspiration. Often we get trapped in the narrow perspective of self-interest, focusing solely on our personal gains and losses. But what if we broaden our outlook a bit? What if, instead of asking, "What can I get?" we ask, "What can I give?" What can I contribute to this big, beautiful, chaotic table of life that will enrich not just my own plate, but everyone else's as well? The concept of significance is powerful. When your actions hold significance, they resonate beyond the confines of your individual life. creating ripples that impact others in ways you may never even realize. Consider the teacher who ignites a love of reading in a young child. That single act can trigger a series of events leading to the child becoming an author, educator, or lifelong learner. Or think about the nurse who offers not just medical care, but emotional support to a patient, turning a stressful hospital stay into a moment of genuine human connection. These are significant actions, acts that inspire. But significance isn't limited to teachers, nurses, or other professionals. It's something we can all achieve. Every action we take, no matter how small, can add value to the world. Even a simple smile to a stranger can lift someone's spirits, and you never know how that renewed energy might be used. Your life touches countless others, so make those interactions matter. Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. Living with significance means being acutely aware of your inner compass. Are your daily actions aligned with what you believe to be right and good? Are you making decisions that not only advance your cause but also uplift others? Are you an inspiration? Being an inspiration doesn't require grand gestures. Inspiration can be found in everyday moments of kindness, resilience, and being a good listener. Sometimes it's not about leading the charge but supporting others as they find their own path. It's about lighting the way, even if just for one person. Each day, think about this law. What can you do today that will not only serve you but also contribute to the greater good? How can your actions create ripples that extend outward, enriching the world around you? Don't underestimate the power of living a life that contributes to the whole. It's the most rewarding life you can live. Whether or not you believe in the spiritual concept of karma, the principles outlined in these 12 karmic laws provide a roadmap to a fulfilling life. They guide us toward becoming better humans, not just for our own sake, but for the collective good. I hope this video offers you valuable life lessons. I've put a lot of time and effort into making it clear and accessible. If you found it helpful, please share it with someone who might need it. Have a wonderful day, and may divine blessings be upon you.